What's up guys, it's your favorite Kiwi coach. Welcome back to another student before and after video. This is going to be another client from Osaka. We're going to be talking backswing again, but specifically we're going to be talking about kind of knee flex in the backswing, proper sequence. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, so let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel guys. If you guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you got to go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button, please. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this video. It's going to be interesting to talk about knee flexion. And as always, please hit that little bell notification. You guys are going to get notified every single time I drop a video. So like I said in the intro, this particular client, we're going to be talking about kind of knee flexion throughout the backswing and just really overall, how should the knees be moving on the backswing from this down the line view. So let's go take a look at the before swing. I'm going to show you guys maybe some interesting little parts to this player's before swing. And then we're going to go take a look at the after and show you what changed. So when we're taking a look at the before swing, really pretty much right around this position, you can already start seeing that this player was actually adding on quite a bit of flexion with the knees, where he's really compressing down with his knees. And then from position 2, position 3, you really start to see it, where he really starts to get really low with that knee flexion. Now, another little side point to this is as he's doing that, if we take a look at what his left knee or his lead knee is doing, we're seeing that his lead knee is moving outwards towards the golf ball all the way up until we get to position 4. So what is this really causing this player to do? Well, the first thing is when your left knee moves towards the golf ball in the same fashion that this player is doing, it's going to cause your pressure to be moving towards the toes on the backswing. Now, if you get your pressure too far out towards the toes, what's going to happen here? Well, when you get your pressure too far out towards the toes and you start to transition, you might find it very difficult to kind of hold or maintain your balance. So you might actually start seeing a lot of players start backing away from the golf ball, extending, and it could be causing a lot of the players out there who do early extend to early extend, right? So make sure the first checkpoint, if you are struggling with maybe something similar to what this player was struggling with, make sure to check out your left knee and see if it's moving in towards the golf ball as much as this player is. And if it is, it's probably something that you're going to want to fix. Now, next thing that we're going to notice with this player is if I go draw an angle on this player's trail leg here, let's go take a look at see how much flexion he has at the top of the swing. So at the top of the swing, he's right around 140 degrees, which let me tell you now, that's a lot of flexion, or a lot of the knee is very bent at this P4 position. Now, with a wedge, you might find some players at position 6 close to that 140 degree range, but you're not going to see almost anyone at this 140 degree range at the top of the golf swing. So the reason why, or the question is, why is this player doing this? Well, personally, in my belief, I think there's a lot of teachers out there in Japan who teach their clients to keep their right knee, for a right-handed golfer, to stay bent throughout the backswing. So they don't want the right kneecap externally rotating, and they also don't want the right knee to be extending on that backswing, right? They want you to kind of stay locked in there. That's something that's commonly taught here in Japan. Now, is that the main reason why this player is doing it, or is it maybe just something natural to this player's swing, or is it something else? Again, you never really know until you ask the client, but in my personal opinion, I think that this player had a little bit maybe of a trifecta going on. He was maybe taught to keep that right knee flexed. He was also, I think personally, also trying to maybe squat a little bit too early, so he's working on the squat move. So he's already doing it on the backswing. We see that as another kind of common issue when we see players really compress those knees. But whatever reason there was, he was doing it. So again, that's grounds for us to actually want to change that, because it's going to make it incredibly difficult for this player to get the correct sequence of flexing on the downswing and then extending on the downswing, which your knees were going to do both. So you need to make sure that you're not too far out of position at P4, because it's going to become incredibly difficult for you to really time all this. All right, last little tidbit to this for this before swing is as he's swinging to the backswing or top of swing, because his knee's moving towards the golf ball, because he's flexing his knees quite a bit, what he's also probably doing is he's also pushing his pressure forward to the left foot too early. And it's a common thing we see when, especially with irons, if we see the pressure moving towards the lead foot before the player has gotten to P4, we're probably going to start seeing this player back out or get their pressure moving back towards the right foot in transition. And it could potentially cause this player to really struggle with their low point control, dynamic loft, a lot of stuff that you need to be controlling down there at impact. So we definitely saw that this player had something similar to this, pushing pressure really forward really early and then backing away almost like a driver swing. So let's go take a look at the before swing, let's go take a look at the after swing and go see what has changed here. And let's take them up to the top of the swing. So as we get up to the top of the swing, you're going to see some really big differences here. The first big difference, again, let's go take a look at the trail leg here. And let's go find the angle here. He's over at roughly kind of around 172 degrees. So again, that trail knee is much more extended at the top of the swing. It's in a better position, in my personal opinion, to be able to then reflex or get more flexion on the downswing and then extend, as opposed to if he's already really flexed, he almost has to maintain that in transition, which is difficult to do, and then extend at the right time. It's kind of a improper sequence, and it's tough for people to really control that. The next thing we're going to take a look at here is we're going to see that the lead knee is now inside the toe line, so it hasn't moved out towards the golf ball anywhere near as much. So that means that this player's pressure on the right foot is probably a little bit more back towards the heel. On the lead foot, it probably is still out towards the balls of the feet, maybe slightly on the toe range, but it's in a much more manageable position to where when this player transitions, he's probably going to have a better time of controlling his balance, so he's not going to want to back away from the shot as much. Last but not least, because, again, he moved his knees so much better, and he had a lot better sequence of kind of extension and just moving the knees in a different way, we're going to see that at the top of the swing, he hasn't pushed his pressure to the lead foot as much or as early, and he's now in a better spot to where he can kind of consistently push pressure to that lead foot on the downswing, and he's going to have a lot better time of not backing away from the shot, which then ultimately could affect his low point control. So what are some take-home points for you guys out there? Well, if you see something similar in your golf swing, you guys want to make sure that, first off, you're going to be looking more so like the after swing. The way to do this is you need to find the extreme or the other side in an actual full speed swing. So that means do a silly swing, right? Really exaggerate it and then see if you actually are doing it. And then if you actually do go to the silly side and you are overdoing it, then try to work your way back. If you feel like you're doing the silly swing and it ends up being perfect, well, then you know that you got to feel the silly swing to make it perfect. And then if you feel like you're doing silly and you still don't have the correct look, as this player does on the right of the screen, then you need to do it even more, right? It's a very simple process of how to change a swing. We do it all the time in our lessons. But if you guys want to know more and you want to have a longer video about how to actually change your golf swing, we do have a Kiwi Coach live lesson webinar product. It's going to be linked down below. It's 2 full 2-hour live lessons where we take a client just like yourself, take them from a crazy looking golf swing into a really good looking golf swing in a matter of 2 lessons. There's a lot of great information. Again, it's 2 hours of instruction, 4 hours of instruction because it's 2 live lessons. And there's a lot of great points in those 2 2-hour lessons. So last but not least, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys again in the next video.